Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, check your phone, and see a number in your bank account you have to read twice. $1 billion. And here's the strange part. Overnight, every other billionaire on the planet lost their fortune. Bezos, Musk, Arnault, all of them gone back to ordinary. You are now the only billionaire on earth. Most people hear that and smile. The yachts, the freedom, never checking a price tag again. But stay with me for the next 10 minutes. Because what actually happens to you in that scenario is darker, stranger, and more useful to understand than almost anything they teach you about money. Because the way people would treat you as the world's only billionaire reveals something true about wealth that most people only figure out after it's too late. Day one is incredible. You quit your job with a 2-word email. You pay off your parents' house before lunch. You buy the car you've had as your phone wallpaper for 3 years, and you pay in full while the salesman's hands are shaking. By evening, the news breaks. A leak from the bank, a screenshot. It doesn't matter how. The headline writes itself. The last billionaire. Your name, your face, your city. Day two, your phone doesn't stop. Not for a minute. Old classmates you haven't spoken to since graduation suddenly always knew you'd make it. A cousin you've met twice has a business idea and just needs 10 minutes. Your inbox fills with investment opportunities, charity requests, marriage proposals, and threats, all before breakfast. By the end of week one, you've hired security. Not because you wanted to, because a stranger was photographed standing outside your house at 3 a.m., just watching. Quick pause. If you're new here, this channel breaks down how money actually works. The psychology, the systems, the stuff nobody teaches in school. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. Now, back to your first month as the only billionaire on earth. A month in, something shifts. It's subtle at first. Your best friend since childhood invites you to his birthday dinner, same as every year. Except this year, when the bill comes, everyone at the table goes quiet and looks at you. Nobody says anything. Nobody has to. You pay. Of course you pay. You'll always pay now at every dinner for the rest of your life. Your friend thanks you, but there's something new in his voice, a small distance. Because he did the math in his head, and he knows that dinner costs you what a grain of sand costs him. Your generosity doesn't mean what it used to mean. It can't. It's too easy for you now. That's the first thing nobody tells you. When you're the only billionaire on earth, you lose the ability to give normal gifts. Everything you do is either too much or somehow not enough. And you start asking a question you can never take back. Does this person actually like me, or do they like what I can do for them? Once that question enters your head, it never leaves. Every laugh at your joke, every compliment, every date, every let's catch up soon gets run through the filter. You become a full-time auditor of other people's motives. And auditors don't have friends, they have suspects. So let's break it down properly. Group by group, here's how the world treats the only billionaire on earth. Strangers treat you like a landmark. You stop being a person and become a thing that exists in public. People film you buying groceries. Your trash gets stolen and sold. Reporters interview your old teachers. You can't have a bad day in public because a photo of you frowning becomes a news story about your downward spiral. You are content now, whether you agreed to it or not. Acquaintances treat you like a lottery ticket. Every interaction has a pitch hiding inside it. The guy from your gym, the woman from your old office, your barber, they're all warm, all friendly, and all waiting for the right moment to slide an idea across the table. You learn to hear it coming. That little shift in tone right before someone asks for something. You'll hear it thousands of times. Friends split into two camps. Some pull away because they can't relate to your life anymore, and honestly, they can't. You can't complain about anything to them. Your problems sound like insults. The staff at my third house keep quitting is not something you can say to a man worried about rent. The other camp leans in closer. And you'll spend years wondering which ones leaned in for you and which ones leaned in for the money. Some of them won't even know the answer themselves. Family gets complicated in a way that hurts more. You'll pay off every debt they have, and it will feel amazing exactly once. After that, it becomes expectation. The nephew who wants a car, the uncle whose roof is leaking. And if you ever say no to anyone about anything, the word travels through the family like electricity. He's changed. The money changed him. You gave away millions, and the one no is what they remember. Romance might be the hardest one. Anyone who dates you is instantly accused by the internet, by your own security team, sometimes by your own brain at 2 a.m. of being there for the money. Prenups stop being awkward and start being survival. And the truly painful part, someone could love you completely, genuinely, for exactly who you are, and you would have no reliable way to know. The money doesn't just attract the wrong people. It makes the right people impossible to recognize. Institutions treat you like a resource to be extracted. Governments debate taxing you by name. Universities offer to put your name on buildings. Charities send professionally researched dossiers about you to their fundraising teams. You're not a citizen anymore. You're a line item in 1,000 strategic plans. Put all that together and you get the real price tag. The only billionaire on earth can buy anything except an ordinary moment. A dinner where nobody wants anything. A compliment with no angle. A friend who forgets, even for one evening, what you're worth. Those are the things that vanish, and no amount of money brings them back, because the money is exactly what took them. And before you think this is just a thought experiment, the closest real-world cases back it up. Marcus Persson, the creator of Minecraft, sold his company to Microsoft in 2014 and walked away with billions. Within a year, he tweeted that hanging out in Ibiza with famous friends, able to do anything he wanted, he had never felt more isolated. He said the saddest part was that finding the next big thing wouldn't help, because he'd already proven money wasn't the answer. He won the game, publicly, and publicly admitted the prize was loneliness. Now flip it. Warren Buffett spent decades as one of the richest men alive, and he still lives in the Omaha house he bought in 1958, still eats at the same spots, still keeps friendships that started before he was rich. When students asked him to define success, his answer had nothing to do with money. He told them that when you get to his age, success is whether the people you want to love you actually do love you. That's a man worth over $100 billion, saying the scoreboard is love, not net worth. And then there's Chuck Feeney, the billionaire most people have never heard of, which is exactly how he wanted it. He co-founded Duty Free Shoppers, quietly gave away about $8 billion during his lifetime, flew economy, wore a $10 watch, and died in a modest rented apartment in San Francisco. He kept his real friendships precisely because most of the world had no idea he was rich. He escaped the trap by refusing to stand on the pedestal at all. Same amount of money in each story, completely different lives. The difference wasn't the number. It was who was still standing next to them. So here's what the only billionaire on earth would eventually learn, and what you can learn for free. Money is a tool, and it's a good one. Chase it. Build wealth. Get financially free. This channel will always be about that. But wealth has a ceiling, and the ceiling is this. It cannot buy a single relationship where you're valued for who you are instead of what you have. The people who like you right now, before the money, when you have nothing to offer them but yourself, those people are irreplaceable. $1 billion can't manufacture even one of them. True wealth is being surrounded by people who like you for you. Everything else is just a bigger house to feel alone in. So protect those people while you're building your fortune. Because if you make it, and I hope you do, they're the only ones you'll be able to trust. If this changed how you think about money, hit subscribe, because we go this deep every week. And I want to know in the comments, if you woke up tomorrow as the only billionaire on earth, who is the one person you'd trust completely? Think hard before you answer. Most people can only name one or two. And if you want to see what extreme wealth does to the people who actually get it, watch this video next on why most lottery winners end up broke and miserable within 5 years. It's worse than you think. See you there.